What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Dr. Blue Duck podcast. And today I have something to share with you guys, and that is this. My son prefers Luigi over Mario. I know. He prefers Luigi over Mario. So I think it goes all the way back to Luigi's Mansion 3 on the Nintendo Switch. And my son really wanted that game, so I forked out, I think it was like $60 then to buy it, which is kind of a lot of money, especially back then, especially for an old game. And he loves it, but you think it would be an easy game, but at the time he was 4 years old, so he needed my help a lot. Actually, he needed my help a whole lot. Every time there was a ghost, it was like, Daddy, I need your help. So I would have to go and kill ghosts and kill ghosts. I got like super good at killing ghosts. And I just feel like whatever I was doing at that time in my home, it would just have to pause instantly for me to run over there, jump over the couch, take the controller and kill some ghosts. And it was kind of cool. You grab them, you just like hit them, throw them back and forth, and it's fun. But it's not a game where my son at 4 years old then could actually play on his own completely. He kept on needing my help. So I think that was the beginning of him really liking Luigi. I mean, it might have started before that, but I think that really helped him cross the line from being someone who favors Mario, like most kids, to someone who favors Luigi. And also he's green. He's green. And my son's favorite color is blue. So I think just naturally, green is yellow and blue together makes green. So I think, this is my art teacher theory here, is that he likes green because it's closer to blue than red is. And also, if you think about it, like when you're a kid, adults as well, I do this still with video games today. But as a kid, like you identify with your character, okay? Hey, you D&D fans, I know you understand this out there, but you identify with your character. And really thinking about it, who wants to identify with like a short, stubby guy when Luigi is, taller and thinner, and he's the younger brother, but still, I don't know. If you really think about it, I think my 4-year-old, now 5-year-old son has a point possibly of preferring Luigi over Mario. Plus, Luigi makes some fun noises. And if you ever noticed a difference, Luigi's mustache is just a little bit more fly. It kind of curls here, and then it's kind of straight here on the bottom, where Mario's is kind of curvy on the bottom. So I know that'll completely change. If you didn't know that, it'll completely change the way you look at Mario and Luigi from now on. Whenever you're looking at any type of contemporary representations of Mario or Luigi, you'll definitely be looking at the differences between their mustaches. You are welcome. So Luigi is taller and he is thin, and my son is tall and he is thin and he's green over red. But there's some other issues too with Luigi, and I think that is because of sibling loyalty. You see, Luigi might be scared at times, but he always sticks with his brother no matter what. This last Halloween, we had super fun costumes. I went as Bowser. My wife went as Peach. I know. And no one was Mario. Actually, my little boy, my baby boy was Mario. And my 4-year-old at the time was Luigi. So we had Luigi, we had baby Mario, we had Bowser, and then we had my wife as Peach. So we went around our neighborhood trick-or-treating as those costumes. And, it was super fun. So I think there was some similarities as well with my son liking Luigi because he's like the taller brother, and to my son, he's definitely the taller brother right now in life. So he identifies with those as well. But I kind of think about it. Luigi, in his own way, is definitely a hero, and he just shines in his own individual manner. And overall, I'm kind of glad that my son identifies with a character who's not always in the spotlight. It's not always like Luigi. It's mostly Mario. But the fact that he identifies with a character that's more of a secondary character or a support character, really, I think that's special. I think that's kind of neat. And it reminds me of this because this gaming podcast overall is geared for dads, dad gamers. I'm a dad gamer. You're probably most likely a dad gamer. And dads, we understand. We understand what it means to be the Luigis. We understand what it means to take on the supportive role. Now, back in the day when I was single or before I was married, I mean, a lot of life was about me. I'm a high school art teacher now, and at the time I was really pursuing getting my paintings, my visual art out there in Los Angeles. Every other week, my wife and I at the time, my girlfriend and then my fiance at the time, my wife, we would just go down to Los Angeles and we were pursuing art and getting all these shows and making friends with curators. And I had my art in this publication one time. At one time I walked into this art show and it just felt like everyone knew me and I knew everyone. It was just like such a neat experience. But COVID happened, and at the same time we had our first son, and things start to change. Not apprehensively per se, but things begin to change. And dads, we just naturally take the back seats. We naturally take the supporting role. It's not about us any longer pursuing all of our dreams, but our dreams become our kids' dreams. Our dreams become our kids being healthy and successful and happy and having peace and having joy, being healthy and safe overall. So we become that Luigi-like character where we're not in the spotlight anymore. We're putting our kids in the spotlight. Yesterday, my oldest son, had his first little baseball game, if you can call it a game, but at his first little baseball game. And I'm out there supporting him, encouraging him, telling him what to do, showing him what to do, showing him what bases to run to. And when I was talking about this podcast before I recorded it with my wife, she goes, "Man, you're definitely like a Luigi character now. You're definitely taking a supportive role." She goes, "You did that. You were a prime example of that during our son's baseball game." And we do that, and we don't do that because we're upset or sad or depressed about it. We do it with great joy, and that brings us it brings us contentment and joy and happiness to be able to play that supporting role for our kids, for our wives. And gaming to us becomes something where it's not all about us. It's not all about us getting the most time to play a video game or leveling up our character to a certain level or having so many levels or such high skill at a certain multiplayer game. It really becomes us playing a supportive role to make it about other people. And I think that's where we really begin to find life, is when we aren't just pursuing our own selfish ambitions, but pursuing the success and the well-being of other people, that we decrease so that others, can increase. I feel like, it just brings me back to the Bible and thinking about God and what he did for us, Jesus did for us, and all of that. For those people who go to Sunday school, you know what I'm talking about. But that we put others first. And Luigi is such an honorable character because he does that for his brother. And Mario is a great character too, but Luigi is the supporting person for his brother. Just like us dads, we are supporters of our wives and our kids, and we put them first. And that's something that I really thought about when he just has such desire and love for the Luigi character over Mario. And even when we went to Super Mario World, I think that's what it's called. Yeah, Super Mario World at Universal Studios. You think he's going to want the Mario wristband. And by the way, if you haven't been there yet, you go there and you pay money to get in, and you wait in line, and then to hit the little boxes and to keep a score, you actually have to buy this little watch band type deal, and they're like $40. So just bring some extra money so you're prepared. But he definitely didn't want any of the wristbands except for the Luigi one. So we got him that. And I was thinking he was going to change his mind and eventually want Mario, because most kids want Mario. But no, he was dead set on Luigi. We got him a Luigi hat, and he's just stoked. For him, he doesn't understand how other kids like Mario so much. But it's just kind of, funny to me. So anyways, Luigi taking the supporting role, and that's what we do, huh, Dad? So this is just some encouragement to you. Hang in there, all the gaming dads out there. Next time you see Luigi, you're going to notice that mustache is kind of straight on the bottom instead of curly. But I also hope you remember, not only that, it's my son's favorite character, but that we identify with Luigi a little bit more, because we are the dads that are supporting our families and backing up our families. And we're second to our families, of course. It's not all about us anymore. We're not the Marios anymore. We're the Luigis. So anyways, thank you for hanging out here at the Dr. Blue Duck podcast. As always, be kind, use your mind, and game on.